I'm going to talk about why most cold calls fail before they even start. Now, the reality is that cold calling is a difficult art. It's a simple framework that typically fails because there's something going on. And usually it's head trash. Things like, what does the other person think of me? I don't believe in my product. Your fear is going to manifest in multiple ways. And that's one of the reasons why cold calling is one of the top 3 fears of most B2B salespeople. The reality is that most cold calls fail before you even get to the pitch. Think about what I'm saying here. Before you even get to the pitch. It's not because your product sucks. No, it's actually because your prospect doesn't need it. Nope, not that also. It's most likely because you fumble the first 30 seconds. And to be honest with you, one of my mentors who I appreciated the most, multi-million-dollar B2B salesperson, he actually gave me a very simple truth. You're likely to have fumbled in the first 5 seconds, but you never realized it. How you set things up. So let's work with the first 30 seconds, that a critical one. On this video, I'm going to show you a simple shift that'll save your cold call from what I call instant death. Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Deepak Bhutra. I help consultants and B2B sales pros book more meetings and close more sales. Stick with me for the next few minutes and I'll give you a 3-step cold call structure you'll never need to survive the open. It's going to spark your curiosity and it's going to personalize what you need to do like a pro. We're going to start off with a very simple thing. I'm going to call it step 0. Fix your mindset before you pitch. You have to survive. Most reps think they must walk firing on all pistons to get a sale. Slow down. No. It's not about firing on all pistons. Your only job in the first 30 seconds is not to get hung up on. Please hear me again. Do not get hung up on. The shift is that you're not selling a product, you're selling a reason to stay on the call. So the new mindset is very simple. Survive first, personalize second, and my friend, pitch later. The 2 emotional moves that you need to do is very important, and I'm going to repeat them again, right? Survive. That's it. You need to move this, focus on that. In the next 10 to 30 seconds, right? You need to earn something. You need to earn permission because permission lowers defenses. And you need to activate curiosity because curiosity opens the mind. If you don't have permission, they are done listening. And if there's no curiosity, they're physically present but mentally checked out. Permission buys time, curiosity buys attention. You need both to survive the first 30 seconds. Now we move to the next step. You can open with permission. Here's how many reps open. They dive straight to the point so that they don't take too much time, right? Because you're always on the back foot mentally, so speaking, when you get into cold call. Hi, I'm calling to introduce our solution. Ooh, that's a one-way ticket to getting the fear that you're going to hang up on you to come true. Try this instead. Hey, hi, my name is Deepak. I know you were not expecting my call. Can you give me 30 seconds and I'll explain why I reached out? If now's a bad time, I'll be quick or I'll call another time. What I've just done is, in a calm tone, I've acknowledged the reality. I've given the buyer control back again. The person on the other side of the phone is now back in control, and control is awesome, right? Think about it. You instantly have lowered resistance and you sound nothing like the desperate cold caller they're so used to. The next step is spark curiosity and get to it quickly. So now you've got your 30 seconds, let's not waste it. Drop a curiosity hook. I notice you're hiring reps in the Midwest. A lot of teams I talk to hit onboarding bottlenecks when scaling. Are you seeing that too? You're not pitching, you're poking. And poking makes them think. Don't throw your whole pitch. Drop a breadcrumb and let curiosity do the pulling, right? We're going to move on to the next step. Now you're going to pivot into the personalization aspect of it. Now and only now you bring in your research. And typically your research is going to go something like this. Hey, I noticed you just closed Series B, and I'm sure that as you expand, one of the biggest challenges you'll face is onboarding. Could that become a bottleneck? How are you working on new hire productivity while you're scaling so fast? Now you see what's just happened here. You've gone from a random cold call to real business conversation. Specific, relevant, still no pitch. That's how you move a cold call to a real connection. So I'm going to give you a quick recap here. Here's the map. We start with permission to proceed, carry on, curiosity to get the hook, and then the personalization, which is where you really bring out your message. If you're missing any of those, you're most likely just winging it. And cold calling isn't a game of guesswork. It sounds like it because people tell me, hey, cold calls are unpredictable, depends on the mood of the person receiving it. The answer is yes and no. That's a lazy way of looking at things, right? Most cold calls feel hard. It's not necessarily a product. It's most likely your timing. Could be. Most calls actually crash because reps are selling before they've survived. Think about that. So your job is to fix your first 30 seconds and suddenly your cold calling starts feeling less like an objection and it becomes more like a rhythm. So here's the mindset I want you to take into your next 20 dials. Survive first, personalize second, and curiosity is the bridge between the both. If you need any help or you would like to discuss this further, hey, I'm available. Click the link below. Let's talk. If you want more ideas like this, check out the rest of my videos. I would love for you to subscribe to my newsletter as well. Cold calling isn't dead, but bad cold calls should be dead. If you can master the first 30 seconds, you control the call. You can most likely book more meetings. you stop sounding like everyone else. Now, isn't that amazing? And hey, next time someone says I hate cold calling, just smile because you know that doesn't need to be true, right? Take care. Bye.